Oh, that night.
That night we was on the hunt for them.
Oh.
You see. And when eventually we found them in Loosebos.
Mm-hmm.
You see. That is where they hunt me. Because I was not so.
But where did they find your mother?
My mother had come from work.
Oh.
She took the train most.
Yes.
From retreat station until by Weinberg. She was working in Weinberg. But that day she was doing things in Witterbome. Then that little distance, she come and walk us now over the landje. That is why they started to follow her from the parking.
Oh, they started to follow her from the parking.
You see. Now, the moment I come at home, I mustn't reach, I can't come in.
You can't come in.
Yeah, because the neighbor, Auntie Rosie, tell me.
Hola Bafetu, Mkemaradon Lanze Baker Bafetu. Yet another episode Bafetu from the street. You know how it is, Bafetu. We bring it to you like we always do, Bafetu. So Bafetu, today we're gonna look into some community matters, Bafetu. The experience, the information, the life of people who were there before, the young ones. So we're gonna delve into some things today, things that really gonna matter, things that really gonna make or that's gonna change the mindset of the young people out there, the way they are behaving, all those type of things in those small communities. So you know who I am, Bafetu. MK Maradona, your host from the street, bring it to you like we always do, Bafetu. Today I'm sitting here with Mr. Vincent Joseph Brandt, aka they call himself aka Dragon, well-known figure in a place called Mikey's Clove. Dragon is originally for Mikey's Clove, and Dragon is born on 1973. I'm gonna ask Mr. Dragon a few questions. And Mr. Dragon is gonna take us through his lifelong story, and we're gonna indulge with him. We're gonna go with him on this trip, and he's gonna make it visible for us so that we can visualize where he comes from. Perfect. When we come back, we're gonna delve right into it. Now go. So, Buffet, we are back. Like I said, MK Maradona, you know how it is. From the street, community matters, bring it to you. Like I always do, Buffet. So, with today's episode, it's a very interesting episode. Like I said, I have Mr. Vincent here, aka the Dragon of Mikey's Clove. So, Mr. Dragon, like I said, and like I told the viewers and the audience that you are born here in Mikey's Clove, originally in Mikey's Clove. Can you tell me a little bit about your parents? Say maybe give us your ours.
Thank you, Max, for this wonderful day.
Thank you.
I was born and bred here in Mikey's Clove.
Yeah.
And I was grown up by my grandparents, actually.
Yeah.
My mother had gone that year to Cape Town. My father had gone to Windhoek.
Yes.
He was a truck driver.
Oh.
And eventually, that love of mother and father, I really don't know it exactly.
Yeah.
But the love that my grandparents had given me, they was like my real parents. And what they had taught me at that time was a lot of respect and a lot of discipline. But that was not in need for me so much.
Yeah, it was not. It was
As I
not
had
what
grown,
you needed.
as I had grown, at the age of 10,
Yes.
I started to do simple wrong things. It's simple that time of when we were kids.
Yeah, when you were growing.
I started to experiment with daga.
Oh.
At the tender age of 10.
Yes.
You see that, and the person who introduced me to that.
Yes.
Was a much older man than me.
Oh.
Said he had no the courage to come and feed me day by day with that substance. But it doesn't help me.
Yeah.
But I go through it, but a lot of pain, man.
A lot of pain because the parents are
I
not
can't tell my parents the truth.
Yeah.
And eventually they were strict parents, man.
Oh, your parents was very
Yes,
strict.
they was very strict, my brother. And eventually I was caught out. See?
Okay.
That morning I must go to school.
To school.
And my grandmother came we had not that outside back toilets.
Okay,
The
okay.
pot. We got that now. I was smoking and then I got a relapse.
Yeah.
And I float. And eventually that time she come to the toilet, she come and found me on the brill. I was asleep, but I had already on my school uniform.
Your school uniform, yeah.
That was the first time I get a hiding of my life, my bro.
From your grandparents?
From my grandparents for the whole day. You see, she even found the dagapit. You see.
So you were smoking daga on that age?
From that tender age.
What?
10
years?
10 years old. I'm experimenting now for drugs now for almost 40 years.
Wow.
And it is 4 decades.
Yo.
And I'm almost now 52 now.
Yeah.
And I'm still using now.
And you're still using,
that substance. But never had it taken me, my brain so far that I must go breaking, steal.
Yeah. And I also want to know, what now that you've talked about the dynamics about how you grow up with your grandparents and how they try to teach you, but you're not listening because your parents were not there, your parents were absent in your life, you did not have a father figure in your life. I want to know if you can tell me what really, like, who influenced your life? Wie het jou lewe meer
I tell you, my late grandmother, she was my inspiration. She was my guideline. She had kept me on the right path all that time. Because of all the guys, we was a lot of youngsters that time here,
yes,
who got a lot of potential.
Yes.
She had always tell me, seun, as jy by daai hekkie uitgaan, moenie vir asseblief en dankie. Never ever forget for please and thank you.
Yeah.
At least, and never say for someone who is elder than you.
Yes.
You can't do it or you can't help.
Always try.
You can be how in a hurry.
Yeah.
But when somebody else needed your help, no matter in what hurry you are,
Yeah.
you stop and you turn around and you help that person. That is why I just had no Uncle Nankok. I had that generosity in me.
Oh, you were still generous to help because of what your grandparents.
I don't expect nothing in return.
Yeah.
I help it because I was taught so. I was brought up with them. No matter, I had my own things, my own thoughts.
Yeah, your own
but
thoughts.
At least that discipline and respect, that humanity, I will never ever forsake it. I will never leave it.
Yes.
It will stick by me until death.
It will stick by you. And those are the things, like your values and what your grandparents taught you, because your parents were not there, and your father was on the road a lot of the time. But did your father play like a role in your life? Maybe send money home, maybe just to raise you up?
Never, because why? He had the other wife in Karasburg, Namibia.
Oh.
You see, I had no other 2 brothers in Namibia.
Oh, you have 2 brothers in Namibia?
Yeah.
You know them?
Yes. They are Namas.
Oh.
Agarop and Kaira. But because I'm not Damara Nama,
yeah.
You see, there was a time before the independence of Southwest Africa,
okay, yes.
Who's now today Namibia.
Namibia, yes.
We had go on a regular basis to Karasburg.
To meet your brothers,
But they had some of a structure against me. Because why I can't talk too much Nama and things, and I feel like an outcast.
You feel like an outcast, yeah.
You see, that is why I said for myself, nah, let I rather come and stay here by my family here.
Yes, yes.
They are more generous and more kind to me.
More kind to you,
and
yeah.
I understand for them most as what I understand my own family.
Your
there
own
in
family,
Karlsburg.
that side in
You see.
Karlsburg, yeah.
And my other two sisters now, Monica and Miranda.
Yes.
You see, we are all bright-minded and educated, you see.
Yes.
But it is not that lack of love.
Oh.
That lack of truly where we belong.
Yes, yes. But do you think if you grew up that side, maybe your life would have been different today?
No.
It would have been worse.
It was been more than, like I said, a dump slum.
Oh.
I am very proud. Slum. I am very proud. Why I said a dump slum, it is because why we was fighting culturally and we was fighting for vanity.
For vanity.
And me, I know how to see it to be without nothing.
Oh, you
but
know
the
pain, yeah.
But the love fills us.
Yes, yes, the love fills us.
Few, my grandmother make every night something special. Something special
for you.
We had never go to bed on hungry stomachs.
But is your grandmother from your father's side or from your mother's side?
From my mother's side.
From your mother's side.
Oh, okay. See, that is why she loved me like this.
Oh, okay. So, what man? So, Mr. Vincent, what you are telling me actually is that your upbringing was influenced by your grandmother, and but you said there was somebody who taught you the wrong things from a young age. Who do you mind sharing with us about that guy? Who was that? Who was that person? What did that person mean to you by that time?
I'm very grateful that you asked me about that guy.
Okay.
He's still alive. And then, Opa Bakarle.
Oh, they call him Opa Bakarle.
Oh, yeah. He's the worst of all the worst of yeah. That guy. You see, if the dad don't want him, and the earth had never a place for him, where belongs he?
Where does he belong?
He destroys lives. Really, he destroys lives. You see, it doesn't matter.
So
he's still alive now.
So how did he hoe het jy ingebring by die dwelms en goed? Hoe het hy jou vasgetrek by sulke goed?
I was his courier. From that tender age, I had never knew things that I must take to the pier post. That time the pier post was there around the corner.
Yeah, on top.
Yeah, as you go to Palbat.
Yeah.
I must go there. And from there, other guy from there, I will meet him there.
Yeah.
Then he will just give me packets and backpack.
Yes.
Then I must come again. You see.
Yes.
And I must come deliver. That time, R1, it was not the paper.
Oh, the paper. It was still.
That time.
Yeah, that time.
No, it was my pay. You see. And with that I can buy must now lot of sweets.
Things, everything.
You see, all but nicest.
But then what are you carrying? What?
When I come here, they go into the private room.
Oh.
And that afternoon, I stand on the case.
You look. Yeah.
Then I say, yeah, young. Open up ice papers. Yo. It's net sulke green grass things. Yo.
En jy verstaan, jy ken nog nie die goeie teen uit.
Daai tyd toe was ek mos nog nie. So sien die common knowledge gehad van die ganja. Die is eintlik daga wat ek so transporteer hier
en weer.
Sien jy. Totdat ek daai ding gesien het en 'n handvol gevat het.
Oh.
Ja, ek vat 'n handvol vir my broer. Sien, en ek gaan mos nou, hier was mos ander manne wat altyd daar in die berg gesit het.
Ja.
Sien jy. Hy was nou, hy het ek respek gehad, nie soos vandag se
ja.
Wat sommer, hulle is drugs en goed en drank en goed in die straat te doen voor God. Nee, hy het Ek laat dit in die geheim, in die berg gedoen.
In die berge
Uit
doen,
die oog van die
weggesteek
uit
en
die
al.
oog van die gemeenskap uit die oog van die groot
Ja.
mense uit. Man. Daai was dissipline.
Hy was discipline.
Alles wat ons doen, wat onwettig is, was agter in die berg gedoen.
Was agter in die berge doen, ja.
En jy kom ook nie tegen die tyd huis toe as jy gerook is en of jy gaan drink is.
Ja.
Jy wil nie by die huis kom nie.
Yes.
Ewen daai tye as jy 'n meisie ook gehad het, sien jy. Sy is eintlik bang eens om saam met jou meisie in die loksien te loop. Sien jy.
Dis hoe die lewe gewees het daai tye.
Ons gaan bly daaronder by die blou dammetjies of daar bo in die klippe.
Ja.
Sien jy. Ons wag maar laat die soontjie sak.
By die soontjie bietjie sak, ja.
Of was dit hier skool toe gaan tyd is hier pauses, as dit net so vinnig, sien jy, net so rap en trappie gou.
So daai wat hy vir jou geleer het jou aan 'n ander mens ontskep.
Duidelik, want die kom en waarom ek het altyd nog, nee, ek was goed op skool.
Okay.
Akademies het ek goed op gepresteer.
Ja.
Nee, een ding van my.
Ja.
Maar my gedagte het altyd gegaan, die ding. Hy bring lekker geld
Die
gou,
ding bring
man.
lekker geld gou.
En daai tyd, toe hy die myn ding, Tarry.
Oh.
Dus ek nog net hy, voordat die pille op die mark gekom het,
Oh,
hier so
okay,
erg.
hier so erg, ja.
Dan introduce hy my aan pille. Mendrex.
Was het op die ouderdom, was het
Van die ouderdom van 10 jaar af, introduce hy my aan Mendrex.
Ja.
That God is my truth.
Jo.
That is where my grandmother had almost hit me to death.
Jo.
Almost. Because she can't believe it. That I was at that tender age the youngest drug smoker.
Hier in my school.
Yeah, in my school. And I was sent away for a time being. I was going to live by my other uncle there in Cape Town.
Ja.
Was in St. Helena by. Then I can't cope there.
What age was that?
When I get now the age of 12, 13.
I
must go away now.
You are too much now.
Yeah, I must go away now because when I started to get now problems.
Oh.
I started to became rebellious.
Rebellious now in the inside the house now. You
I
are
started to
your own man now.
I started to back check now my grandparents and they started to get no fights and things that had never happened in our house.
Yo.
I neglect my church and things. I doesn't want to go.
So you were a church goer at that time?
I was fully on church. I had all my sacraments. I had it already, but I neglected.
You neglected because of the.
I was Mr. Right hand of our priester.
Serious?
Yes, our father. I was the right hand man. Ek was die nommer 1 dienaar gewees. Ek gaan na verskillende plekke toe, gaan na verskillende aangeleenthede toe, na verskillende busdomme toe, busryke, sien jy. Kaap was ek al daar, in Koelenhof was ek al.
Yes.
Kemus busdom, met die inwyding van Pelas kerke.
So you were really like involved in the church at that age?
Fully committed. So see, I had started as an altar boy.
Altar boy, yeah. I see the altar boys.
What get me wrong? I was very good. From altar boy, I had gone to brotherhood.
Oh, now you went into the brotherhood
I
now.
had study, you see. But the moment when I must go for my priest, that is where you get my dad spell. I steal the whole collect money of the church. One that Sunday.
What age? What age?
It was 17 years old.
Oh, toen je 17 jaar oud.
Then I stole it and a box.
No, wat het gebeurd? Je op 12 jaar toen je Kaap toe gegaan? Daar blij.
Toen raak ik betrokken in gangsterisme.
Toen kwam je weer terug.
Toen word ik weer daar, want ik zal doodgeschieten.
Oh, ja, toen kom je nou weer terug.
Ja, toen moet ik weer terugkomen.
En toen ga je maar nou aan met de kerkgroeten?
Toen ga ik aan, ik is nou veranderen.
Ja.
Van nou die impak wat ek het. Hy kom met die Kaap.
Hy kom met die
En
Kaap.
hy's 'n gangster.
Ah.
En nou het ek mos nou Chappie kom op
Chappies ook van die gangsters gekry.
Daai man. Sien jy? Maar ek het nooit my sport ook gebergoed. Sien jy, ek was baie goed in sokker.
Is dit?
Nee, ek was dan Namakwaland se nommer 1 goalkeeper.
Jo.
Ek het
Wat
die
moet ek
beste
nou nog
span
hoor?
by my skloop ook gespeel. By Everton. Ek
Jo.
was Everton se goalkeeper. Sien jy? Ek het met Total Aces ook gepaala gestaan. Ja. Sien jy? Maar my liefde was by Everton.
Okay.
Ons was die eerste span wat hy het toe sit Vodacom League wat vandag ABC met Champions League. Ons was die eerste Namakwaland se team wat dit gehaal het. Daai jaar toe kom speel Pirates hier teen Olympics. Sien jy? Wat ons eerste Vodacom game speel teen Louisville Pirates.
Yes.
Hier op Nababi se stadium. Sien.
That's how good you were in soccer.
That's it.
And but the fact that you neglected like your church, your upbringing, was it because you chose that life, or was it because you were constantly among the wrong people?
It was in a brink of a moment decision.
Oh,
It just
happened.
Just happened.
Yeah.
I can't blame the drugs.
Yeah.
Because I was very young when I had used, when I started
you started using.
The more that intense feeling I get, the more I feel free.
The more you want to become your own.
You see?
Yeah.
It make me think far, not logical
thoughts,
but I think I was that man.
You think you are that guy now until you stole the money of the church.
So at the end of the wine, the box, drop, 12 bottles, then they mix the wine water. The whole box, the 12 bottles, and a whole lot of collector money.
En dit niet eens je braden hier.
My master kan. En ek as jy hoop dienaar man, dit is man wat jy weet. Hy Sondagmiddag.
Ja.
Ek weet jy hoe om by die huis te kom, bro. Ek sê boelie koffietjie, nou sê ek ook vir myself man.
Ja. Met wie drink jy die dat jy in?
Nou ons nebbietjies is nou by mekaar nou. Sien jy hierdie groot manne? Sien jy? En ek loop 'n deel uit.
En jy loop 'n deel uit. Hulle ken jy nie goed gesteel.
Ja, maar ek drink mos nie. Is goed. Is goed. Ek sê tot vandag toe dankie Here. Laat ek geen drank is. Dit maar eie man. Sien jy? Want drank is goed vir my want ek het mos gesien wat dit doen man.
Ja.
Hy is 'n evil.
Ja.
Hy man as hy daai ding dit doen, dan kan jy niks oorkom nie.
Ja.
Sien jy want dan is jy mos daai man. Maar as jy gerook is, dan is jy weer.
As jy weer
Dis 'n bietjie tellige weer
jy weer rustig.
Maar die gedagte weer sien.
Yeah. So the last question I want to ask you is, did the people, the friends you were with, no, did they like encourage you to do these things, or did you like decide on your own?
I was the mastermind in everything. I was like a daredevil.
They followed you.
I was a leader from a tender age. I was a daredevil. I do the most inappropriate things.
The most appropriate things.
And you must go work it or against it. Otherwise, if you work me, you work me. If you are against me, you are against me. Then you must face the consequences. That was it.
Yeah. So now that we heard that you were that influential guy from a tender age, you were the man, you were the leader, you stole, you smoked. I mean, what else could have went wrong in your life?
You see, Max, let I put it like this now. I was like a black Robin Hood for my community. And
On that age, or was it when you older? A bit?
From that time alone.
17 upwards, 18, 19.
Yes, from my upbringings up. Everything what I done,
Yes.
I done it from the white man, bring it to my community.
Yes.
And I keep it for my community. They tell us must be a disadvantage. Minder
bevoorrecht.
Maar ik was de leer van die Young Lions, de ANC Youth League. Je ziet, ik heb die Young Lions getrek. Zie?
Serieus?
En ons het geveg voor wat die waarde daarvan voor staan. Zie? En na die Youth League, je ziet, dan komt het zo. Ik moet even skielik, die dingen toen nou niet recht gegaan nie. Zie?
Yes.
Hier was gevechten, hier was onder ons en hier was seermakerijen en goeders.
In die plek?
In die plek, meisjes kloop.
Ja.
Zien je? En ik moest gegaan naar weer terug Kaap toe.
Weer terug Kaap toe gegaan.
Dat is waar ik toen maar reg waar besluit het. Nou ga ik reg ernstig nou met die mensen ook kom raken in die Kaap.
Die bendes.
En ik begin met die Naughty Boys.
Daar in die Kappen.
Ja. En ons was eindelijk een gang.
Okay.
Ons was een sokkerspan geweest.
Oh.
Wat dat kom krijgen, je ziet hulle was so school kids.
Oh, hulle was so school, die cool kids. Ouens wat
swag en
daai, ja.
Jy sien en net vir die kinders.
Vir die kinders.
Maar waar jy kent jy kry mos oral bullies en daai.
Ja, en gepraat van die kinders.
Were
you
Wait, maar
okay, I'm gonna wait here.
Kom daar so.
Okay, ja.
En daar gebeur toe dinge daar.
In die Kappen.
En ek begin nou toe experimenteer met my eerste klein gannetjies en daai.
Daar in die Kappen.
Man, weet ek, my optrede sal 'n diepe nagevolge hê en 'n leemte sal laat vir my.
Ja.
Deur my optrede sal ek die grootste liefde in my lewe verloor. En dit is hoe ek my ma verloor het. My ma is terwille van my.
Mother or grandmother?
My ma, my ene wat ek uit sy skool uit gekom het.
Yes.
Sy was nie alle jare in die Kaap. Dis moes by haar wat ek nog bly en goed ook so.
Okay.
My ma, toe bly ons in die retreat in die hartjie van Gangland. In die Kaapse vlaktes, retreat. Levende Hill. Sien jy? Ons flats was 11 Kipelo.
I know that guy will know Leven Hill. Our ghost guy over there.
Ek sê jou.
You will know Leven Hill.
So sien, my ander sister bly.
How do you think, is it a very dangerous place, that one?
Yeah.
Very dangerous.
Lotus. Levende Hill.
Yeah.
My ander sister bly in Lotus. En die ander was nou nog daar waar ons gebly het in Levende Hill met my hulle. Sien jy, my oudste sister is nou nog daar. Sy is soos 'n gangster.
Jo.
Die dag wat hulle nie kan vir my in die hande kry nie.
What did you do?
I had shoot hulle as a leader. Sien jy? I had killed the bribes.
Seriously?
Like, one-on-one, shooting me, brad. That was the first time I shoot gun. Van drum deksel en panga. Daai het hulle nog tyd so gepleit. Drum deksel panga. Dat is hoe ek my eerste experience gekom het met 7.65 gun. Gekroon.
Yo.
But the first time I shoot gun, now I was dead. You see?
And then you killed their leader?
I had now a reputation now in Cape Town. And there was of my place people from Namakwaland areas.
Yeah.
They know me for certain
things,
and they see how I was living in Cape Town and what. And they come up story or they found the people and what.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah, no. Namakwaland soon.
Yo.
Ek het met agtergekom man. Kap is hier rof. Dis die inkommers wat hom rof.
Dis die inkommers wat hom rof maak.
Want die meerderheid wat ek daar gekom kry het was ouens op 'n plaaslike plekke man.
Ouens van plaaslike plekke, sien manne wat
As
inkom.
die manne van die Kaap, as die plaaslike mense.
Wat inkom en
Sien.
so when you killed their leader, they retaliated.
They retaliated. They was killing a lot, 3, 4, 5 of the naughty boys.
Of your friends.
Hey. Then afterwards, the laughing boys, they come to me, they ask me, I must give our existence, we must combine.
Which guys now?
That was guys of Hanover Park.
Oh.
You see, but they had compared, that time the two brothers was alive, Rashid and Rashad Staghi. The Staghi brothers.
Okay, they were still alive that time.
That time I was operating with Colin Stansfield, since Jimmy Lonte, die owens, Kev Kanda, die, heavy man.
Heavy Owens.
At that tender age, me. And I was never afraid. You see. I was introduced into the quality of real shit. That I tell it like that.
So you're saying these things that we are seeing here,
It's not on the TV, it's in reality.
you lived them, those
I
things.
was lived alive like a monster. At a tender age, my brother.
And that was maybe 21, 22.
No mercy. There was no mercy. From that time on.
And by that time you were smoking already, maybe.
And that night, when they caught me, they think they had killed me. They stabbed me 19 holes. From here, from my head. Here. You will see how I look like.
Yes.
From stab wounds. 19 holes. In that passage. I pray to God. Just gave me the power. That I just get by the island. You see, so the island by the pad kom.
Okay, yes.
That I just reach the island, daar waar die straatligte.
Yes.
That I can come at that dark area.
So people can.
That I can see. You see. The flying squad car who saw me, who was on patrol. I come trembling and on my knees.
Yes.
It's not black like I come.
It's
outline. You must see all the knocks. You couldn't see.
Was it the guys who you killed their leader?
It was them.
So why didn't they shoot you? What?
No, they had. But I can't jam.
Wow.
I can't jam. You're gonna see the bullet, one bullet hole here in my bed.
Yes.
You're gonna see the bullet hole. I'm gonna show you not my holes, also all my wounds. I'm gonna show you how I was been stabbed, how I was been shot. The last shot they want to stab me, that one's gonna be here by my spine.
Yes.
But I crawl. Then it put me here on my right bum.
Yes.
The last one. Then I cut out there where I got most by the road. The police come and save me. The police let the ambulance came. The ambulance come and ran me almost over. Because he doesn't see I lay here by the paper.
Oh, did not see where you are.
Because the police is standing at that side of the
Yeah.
car. And I'm at this side of the
So
but they had come and run.
So they wanted to come and stand also on this side.
Yeah, but now one is here by my side that I cannot remember. And the other one was there by the car and was contacting on the radio. It was the last I knew. You see.
When you woke up.
3 months later, I woke up.
3 months?
In Grooteskier Hospital.
Yo.
It is a miracle that I can walk. I had started again with physiotherapy classes and sessions. You see, I had the ring.
Oh, you had the ring.
I can't talk properly because I was long. You see, in a coma. They had me, they thought you were dead. I was dead. Because why? I can hear nog the screaming. Hy my broer pak hom hier so ons het hom man. Ons het hom naai. Bloed is opgetel.
Ja.
You see? Hey.
Yeah. So what you are telling me is that after they have retaliated with you, stabbed you, 19 times. And you woke up 3 months in the hospital. Did they retaliate on your mother that time already, or were you the first person they could stab?
They had first killed my mother with an axe.
They killed your mother with an axe?
First. That is why I had go on the hunt for them.
Oh, that night?
That night we was on the hunt for them.
Oh.
You see. And when eventually we found them in Loosebos.
Mm-hmm.
You see. That is where they hunt me. Because I was not so...
But where did they find your mother?
My mother had come from work.
Oh.
She took the train most.
Yes.
From retreat station until to Wynberg. She was working in Wynberg. But that day she was doing things in Witterbome. Then that little distance, she come and walk us now over the landje. That is why they started to follow her from the parking.
Oh, they started to follow her from the parking.
You see. Now, the moment I come at home, I mustn't reach, I can't come in.
You can't come in.
Yeah, because the neighbor, Auntie Rosie,
yeah,
tell me, yeah, the guys was here, and I can't, you see, Mr. Police and everything. And my sister had gone mad, you see.
What happened to your sister? Was your sister not at home that time?
No, she was at work, but she had gone mad. She was Mama's favorite girl.
Oh, yeah.
That took her 20 years
to come over.
To say, brother, I had forgiven you. She had tell me every time. Until now, when she's in a beer state, you are our mother's killer. It took her 20 years to say, brother, I forgive you. I know deep down in her heart she haven't already fully forgiven me. But I must live with it.
You must live with it, yeah.
That is why I take it in my hand and said for myself, you see, I'm gonna do a thing. I'm gonna take a hand out.
Yeah.
We were 7.
7 guys.
7.
Naughty boys.
Of my ranks. We go. Guys who was really prepared.
Oh, guys who were
gonna die with me.
With you.
In that battle. Because they had seen in the previous battles.
Yeah, they've seen the previous battles. You stand with them.
My brother, until death. Until the last one, we stand.
Yeah.
And we go. No retreat.
No retreat. No surrender.
Like Sparta.
Yeah, no retreat, no surrender.
If we go, we go. We don't let come and talk. We said we're gonna do this thing, we're gonna do it. Finish clap. We come and done it, clap.
Yeah, so they followed your mother until she reached the house, went inside the house, and then they followed her inside.
That is where they do the thing.
So these things that we see on TV where they if they don't find you at home and they find your family,
your girlfriend.
Yeah.
Anyone.
They killed that person.
My brother, it's no joke.
Yo.
Even your pet, your dog, anything.
Yo.
It is a tough life. They think gangster life. This here in the Namakwaland regions.
This is not gangster.
It's Hochamachotis.
Hochamachotis.
Gangster, to be a real gangster, you must have guts. You must have a heart. Because why? You must have brains.
You must have the brains to wiggle yourself out of situations.
It's easy to commit a crime. But it's hard to obtain
the consequences.
That contingencies of that crime.
The consequences of that crime.
That is when, the moment I had found the 2 guys who had gave that order
to kill your mother.
Yeah, we had killed them brutally. When I talk about brutally, Max.
And by that time was when you came out of hospital.
Out of hospital, I had enough time. You see,
you could work again that time again.
I had now my strength. But that time I wasn't now so fit.
Oh, so fit enough like you were the first time.
But I do not still, I can do, I had nog that guts, I had nog that
You
fire.
still have
in
that
me.
fire in you, yeah.
See. And that was.
What did they call you that side?
Omoni,
Omoni.
the dragon fire.
Omoni the dragon fire.
Yeah, because why? I don't talk much.
Huh.
I don't talk much. So just come and do my thing, then I set you on fire. Or I set your house on fire. Or I do. That is where the name dragon develops from. Fire.
Yeah.
Really?
Yo guys,
I put you and your family somewhere in one car or one room.
Seriously?
Without hesitation, my brother. Then I put you on fire. Not
Serious?
for the fun.
Not for fun.
Not for fun. Then it's just a simple order. And orders must be followed.
Orders must be followed. But did you get orders from someone to do those crimes, or were you?
I was the one who gave orders.
Oh, you were the one giving orders.
I was the one. Because why? They think, like they said, we are makwankis.
Makwankis, what?
Ons is boejongs. Hulle
Wat?
sê maar ons Namakwalanders in die Kaap sê hulle mos ons Namakwalanders is boejongs.
What is that?
Dit is ons spark. So ons kom in die plaas.
Yeah.
Dat wys hierdie boejong hulle wat maak sy met 'n tou neer man.
Oh.
Sien jy? Dat dit is nog 'n checkse skirtjie. Hy ou kappies.
Oh, kappies. Yes.
Sien jy? Ek het nie plek net soos hulle nie. Ek steek vir jou sop net. Sien jy?
Ja.
Dat wys hulle klaar. Hoe handel jy? Dat net daar. Toe eers binne in die kringels van die laughing boys.
Yes.
Yeah, baba. Dis dit nou amper so. Ek kry nou 'n rank.
So the laughing boys was the guys that said you must combine.
Yes. There I get now the rank of fighting general. Because why? Of all the blood I had already been taken.
Yeah, you took a lot of
and the things that I had stand for.
Yeah.
In the camp by the naughty boys.
Yo.
You see. But we wasn't the finish line there.
It was not the finish line.
It was not the finish line.
Yo. So now that you like kind of formed a partnership or whatever with the
Laughing boys.
Laughing boys.
Yeah.
They give you a rank.
Yes.
And then they actually like set you free to kill now.
And my payment,
Yes.
was money and drugs. There I had experience now with the real Makoya of drugs that I can bring now to Springbok.
Oh, then you bring to Springbok.
And before I was being captured,
Yes.
the police was on the hunt for me now.
That side.
Yeah. Then I was like a fugitive.
But why did the police, what made the police alert about you?
The acts that we are doing.
Oh,
You see.
did you guys have a job that was slipped up or?
There was of the guys who was being caught.
Oh.
And because of the interrogation,
Interrogation.
they started to
talk.
mention names,
Ah.
places, certain events that was happening, and that was things that the police was already on that matters.
And you were in the middle of those things.
I was in most of that crimes of our time.
Yes.
There where we had committed.
Yes.
I was by most of them, you see. But evidence,
Yeah.
there was no pointing evidence of what you see. Or the people won't come forward to come and testify
Yes.
because they knew what is the consequences.
Yes.
And most of them in our territory, our people will never come and testify against their own.
Yeah.
You see,
Yes,
they will
yeah.
either cover up.
They will either cover up.
And the moment I must come to Springbok back again,
Yes.
they come and bring me here on a Sunday night.
Oh.
Yeah, my our brothers, they was on the way to Popata to take some stuff and things and a caravela combi.
Yes.
Then it was in the way.
A
man.
kara, yeah.
Yeah. And then they come and drop me off. And we said our goodbyes here.
Okay.
And it's like we will never gonna meet again, man.
Oh.
Because they het sel my ook, man. Ek moet nou stil staan nou met die goede se, man.
Oh.
Ek het nou al genoeg en wat die is nou vir my 'n lewe vorentoe mos
Yes, yes. It's like a new
but-
life now.
Man, het ek geweet. Die drugs en die geld
Wat jy daar het.
gaat nou 'n ander ding nou kom maak nou. Eers
How much was it? How much was it? If you can.
daai tyd toe 30,000 baie, man.
Ja.
30,000 vir 'n laaitjie soos ek.
Soos jy.
Dis dit baie. Sien jy? So wat ek
Yes.
sommer nou net so kan spend.
Yes.
Sien jy? Die drugs wat ek het is R500,000 sinne.
Jo.
Want dis nou crack. Sien jy? Dis koop. Toe kom ys. Hierdie tip. Toen was hulle al op die mark. Maar nog nie so baie het hom nog nie geken, die Christen net nie.
Yes.
Net seker is, say rich people, expensive people.
Yes.
It was their drug. You see. That is why I wasn't noch so into that Christian, but most was the Mandra tablets and things.
Yes.
And when I come back here, I started a group of girls. Ghetto girls.
Ghetto girls.
Yeah, my ghetto girls.
But when you came this side, were people afraid of the dragon? The ammonia, the dragon?
Yo, my brother, one guy until now, they was really, but they haven't showed it because why I haven't come and give them
That person.
that bread.
Oh.
I wasn't for the luxury.
You were for big cities.
I wasn't for the luxury. I had my things what I ran by my house. And that is eventually where that thing had started, of that prostitution, something like that.
You were involved in that?
My brother, I'm gonna tell you that shit. The prostitution thing.
Yes.
That's girls. What part of them?
Your
That
ghetto
one?
girls, your ghetto
My
girls.
ghetto girls.
Yeah.
The same as my ghetto girls.
Yeah.
And they had go on. Some are living off today.
They're still alive, yeah.
Others are dead.
Yeah.
You see, but as the time had gone by, eventually the police catch me. You see.
Yeah, in Springbok.
1998.
Yes.
You see. Easter. I was playing my last Easter tournament of Everton. My last Easter tournament, 1998 Easter. It's the last. When I was in freedom. When they get me, then I haven't hesitated or
Yeah.
No.
Like to run away, you
I
surrender.
surrender.
Where did they?
They
Was it on the ground? Did they?
No, here at home.
Oh, at home you went, you played soccer, then you came home.
I say,
Mm.
after the soccer, they was get there here. You see,
They took you here.
they had come from far, that police say young group. It was spears with knife. They had chased me a long time, my brother. Say my 8 months it took them.
Yo.
8 months. I'm here in my school.
Yes.
But when they come here, the year that I was now there. When they come there, the year now he was here, he scored. Then I was sleeping there by the graveyards.
You were sleeping there.
There by the cupper.
Uh.
I was sleeping in the grot. It was my places where I had stayed.
Yo.
During the day you don't see me. During the night I'm walking.
So tell me, how did the police get information that you decide?
My own right hand man, Kubla.
From that side.
He make a plea bargain and tell the detective, the investigating officer.
Yeah.
He tells him my whereabouts.
Yo.
And eventually that I had family. We're still alive there in Cape Town, you see.
Oh, I told.
And when they are terrorizing my sister,
Mm.
my sister eventually gave in, gave them their address of Springbok. That is why they informed Springbok. And without hesitation, Springbok combined with that of Cape Town and of other places. Because that was most now. They think I was going to Kakamas or I was going to no. You see, because they had now get my profile now.
Your profile now, you are a dangerous person, yeah.
They said now they are just not looking for this one guy. I was that time, that story on police file.
Police file?
Yeah,
that time was police file,
police
yeah.
File. That night, I was sitting there by my sister. Then I can't.
In Cape Town?
I cannot remember.
But where you. Was it before they.
Before I come up.
Oh.
I cannot remember. It was just relaxing in the lounge. Then my sister's baby come out and Mommy, come and take a look. Mommy, come and take a look.
Yeah.
I say, Megan, what is it? Mommy, come. Put us on TV. When I see, that is why I hate photos.
Oh.
Then they had a photo of me by police file. That I will never forget.
Looking for this guy.
Looking for this guy. You see, alias and everything. You see. There I had said for myself, I had a nice girlfriend. No? She was Muslim that time. And I must, eventually, I must cut ties with her. And with everyone so far.
Yes.
I must say my goodbyes.
You must say your goodbyes now, yeah.
You see.
That was the time when your friends brought you to the side. Yeah, to come and start a new life now.
And in the meantime, it was too novel to say goodbye. You see. Because my life had come and end.
Yeah, it came to an end.
That first life.
Yeah,
that first change. Then, when I was arrested, I go on trial for 3 years. I was awaiting trial. I wasn't sentenced. I go to court from inside the prison.
Yo.
For 3 years, I was awaiting trial. You see.
But for what did they?
They haven't had
arrested you for.
They haven't had evidence so much
evidence
on the killings and
the killings and so forth. It's just hearsay now.
Yeah, but for only manslaughter once and for a woman, you see.
Okay.
I had made an example out of that woman also.
Oh, you made an example out of that woman.
Then, after that 3 years, 2000, they said they're gonna get now other magistrate.
Okay.
They can't get me a necessary sentence because they don't know what must it be.
What must it be?
Then, lawyer.
And you were still trialing that time?
Yes.
You were going for 3 years now?
I'm already at 3 years now in my trial.
And they're switching the judge now?
Yeah. Because why? It is judges that comes on hearsay. My brother, I was very clever with the judges when I know the laws most.
Yeah, you knew the laws,
and I play them. You see, I play with the time also.
Serious?
Yeah. Now in that time,
but did you want to stay in jail or
no, I haven't want to stay in jail. I haven't get bail.
But why did you waste time?
I was denied bail every time.
Oh.
I was denied bail. You see.
Okay.
Every appearance as I appear at court.
Yes.
I was denied. Then they come and tell me I must how to get me free. Is I must get a plea bargain with the state. Then I said, no man, why must I get it? Then it is like I'm guilty.
Yeah.
Then the state built a case against me because why they had must now too much evidence.
Too much
who
evidence.
Can find me with that 2, 3
Okay,
certain cases.
certain cases.
And what they hear from the witnesses who
Mm-hmm.
was with us and who had seen God, you see, that me.
Oh, that made
And
them
the
come up
day
with.
I was being sentencing, I was being sentencing 22 years, 9 months maximum bond sentence. Straight up without a possibility.
23.
22 years, 9
22
months.
years, 9 months. Okay.
I was al- and the count now does 3 years, it makes 25 years.
So, and we know 25 years is life.
It's a bikey, it's life.
It's a bikey. Why
Yeah.
is it called? Do they call him bikey?
They only consider
Yeah.
that was what I cried for the 3 years.
Oh.
They take it in consideration that I lay now all 3
Oh,
years.
3 years. So now
They gave
they
me
give
that
2022,
9
making
months.
it actually 25 with the
Yeah.
3 years you are in there.
You see, and it was not that come like a shock for me. Because
Oh.
during this trial period of me.
You already.
Yes, and I had already that thing of this nomerskap.
Yeah. You are schooled now.
Yeah, man. Because why? I must meet of the numbers from outside.
Oh.
And that is why they haven't knew all.
They heard about you.
Yeah. And the moment I meet with that guys of what I had already
Yes, yes.
you see, they take me and I don't belong by that division. I don't belong by that division. You see, I was too wise for that.
You are too wise.
Yeah. So eventually I get this position in the ranking. You see.
So they gave you a position, the guys there in prison.
That's where I can be the leader of the 28th. Yes, that I was the youngest leader, the young leader.
What age were you when they
20.
arrested you here in Springbok?
20.
Were you 20 years that time?
20.
So at the age of 20, you were in prison for 3 years?
I was in prison for 15 years.
I mean the first time you were trialing.
Yes, if you can't, I haven't come out since that was my 3 years. It go
The trial.
until the case had finished. Until I was sentenced.
Okay.
And I was still in prison when I got that sentence of 22 years, 9 months.
Yeah.
I haven't come out. I had just go from that section of unsentenced prisoners
Yes.
to the sentence section.
To the sentence section now.
Yeah, I was just moving from one section to another section now. I just changed clothes now.
Oh.
From yellow to orange.
So they actually have color coding there in prison.
Yeah, the juveniles are wearing blue, the awaiting trials are wearing yellow, the sentences are wearing orange.
Oh, okay.
You see.
Yeah, so
I was now from yellow to orange.
To orange, now you are sentenced.
Yeah, and now my sentence is too much for this small prison. I must now go to a maximum sentence.
What prison was that?
Penitentiary from Springbok. They were sentenced me here.
Oh, they sentenced you here.
Yeah,
gave you here.
they had bring all the other cases from Cape Town. They make it now one.
Make it now one.
Yeah.
And then they gave you here the 22.
Yeah, on the High Court. You see. Now I must go from Springbok. I must go now to maximum facility. The nearest maximum facility from Springbok is Uppington.
Uppington, okay.
But I was only there for a year in Uppington. Then I see things doesn't work out for me here.
Then Uppington.
Yeah, because we was always fighting and it's always in number. And it disadvantage because there was more 26 than 28. And it's a homeboy. And we don't like it, man.
Yeah.
Then I go on a next transfer. That is why my first is from Uppington, I must go to Cape Town.
Back to Cape Town.
Back to Cape Town, I go now to Polsmoor. From Polsmoor, I go to Diana Drakensberg in the Parel.
Yo.
From Parel, I go Helderstrom in the Caledon. From Caledon, I get being transferred to St. Albans in the Eastern Cape. From St. Albans, I go to Point, Westwell, and KwaZulu-Natal.
So while you were in this prisons now, did you do things, or did you just were you just an abiding
No.
prisoner?
Every prison where I come, you see. For that time being that I had was now a lot of time to think, a lot of time to find myself.
Find yourself, yeah.
And build on myself, man.
Build on yourself,
And
yeah.
try to forget.
To forget the things
But
you've
I
done.
can't when I'm in certain situations in prison.
In prison.
Then it comes like back again.
Oh.
But the first thing that I had done when I entered is what I must educate myself.
Yeah, you must educate yourself.
That is why I had started school, you see, to get my matric certificate and to study further.
Yes.
And you won't believe, there is my house. You won't believe, you can come and take a look. You're gonna see, I got my certificates of N3, business studies.
You studied in prison.
In prison, I had studied. I am N3 now.
But let's talk about it. What sparked what sparked that interest of you choosing those type of careers?
Because why? I was too much inmate who was illiterate.
Oh.
You get a letter, then you come and run with your letter to me. Then
you must
that
read.
is how I get paid. I was now far from home.
Yeah.
Just because I will read your letter to you and I must write
You must
letters
write
and
letters.
I must write agendas. That is why I come in from that things.
Oh.
That I had earned my money in prison. And this is how I had educated guys also. What you see. But before that can happen,
Yeah.
there was a heavy fight against us.
Yes.
Because my day, this was like a squirrel, because how can I go back to school? Because I was already by my daughter's school, by the Owens. That was a reasoning that, but I stand on my point. I stand on my ground. Then I said for myself, okay, those guys, they are fluent with the number, but they haven't had the common knowledge.
You don't have the common knowledge. You don't
They
know what
can't
1 + 1
read,
is.
they
Yeah.
can't
They don't know
read
what 1
and
+
write
1 is.
That's it. X marks the spot.
X mark the spot.
X
Yeah.
marks the- Now I said for them, guys, it's now 2 days. We haven't stand up to eat. We just punda this number. Because this is another number. How can I go from the school of the Owens to Umpata school?
Umpata school.
How would they see it now like that?
Yeah.
Or somebody in my rank.
In your rank, yeah.
You see. Yeah?
They expect you to
Then
die by that.
Then I said for myself, huh? You guys, you think you're gonna beat me with that? Let me show you what I gonna do. And I called 5, 6 guys. You. Wait, stand up. Come.
By that time you're the general in prison, so you
They must obey.
they must obey you, yeah.
Come. I give each one of them a book and a pen.
Yeah.
Say, Bala was now right.
Right, yeah.
See. I say must for a brief, a letter. I say Skirwana. Say,
Skiriwana.
wait.
Skiriwana.
Ja, I say, wait. Say. Van Gelek my messe Joe. Ek pak hom is 'n julle 6. Hulle moet man skiriwana bala no op julle se molivas.
Molivas.
As nou per hulle se mooitjies se, hulle se abatwanas.
Okay.
Ek broek het nog nooit gesien. Die ding pen. Hy's magtiger as 'n swaard. Because he's too heavy.
It's too heavy.
Yeah. Broer, en man weet nou nie eens hoe om te begin.
And is there where you trick them into?
My broer, that is where I get them the most. I tell that guy who thinks
He's clever.
he's wise with the number.
Yeah.
Nah, he roll him.
Yeah.
Stone was nah, he roll him. But I hate it in windows.
Doesn't have the...
Exam. Your life is prison. Your whole impact is prison.
It's prison.
Me, I gonna from Chukwana,
Yeah, outside. Me, I'm from outside.
I prepare people. Although it's gonna be years that I'm gonna face.
Yeah, but you are preparing yourself for outside.
But one day when that gate is open, I was living for that day. Then I go as a free man.
Yo, this is the first time I hear like someone who come out of prison talks like this, because I've heard on other social platforms that guys that come out of prison, they normally try to also like influence the young people to stay out of prison, but they don't really like have this type of mentality. Like you said, you were in prison, but you schooled yourself to come out and be a better person outside of prison. Some guys do that inside of prison, and then when they come out, maybe they become priests, maybe they become pastors, maybe they become what. But that's not really what's gonna influence themselves. Because for me to have a grade 10, and maybe I found it in prison. I found my grade 10 in prison, and then I come out with my grade 10. I'm still gonna have my grade 10. I'm still gonna have my certificate. Yeah. But if I come out as a pastor, we are living in a world where there is a lot of temptations.
Hey!
So meaning I can forget about God.
Yeah.
And then try to live another life again. But then I've like kind of forsaken my what I tried to do in prison.
You go back for the streets.
Yeah, you go back to the streets. But with you have everything.
Yes.
You can go now and want a job if you want to. You have served your sentence.
Yes. And the best thing that had happened to me.
Yeah.
That day of my release.
Yes.
I was only 1 month outside. Then I go on a referee course.
Yes.
I was coming now and play ball now and be
play soccer, yeah.
I tell Peter, I don't want to be part, man.
Yeah, be part of this. You.
Ek sê hulle weer, as ek nie meer kan bal keer nie, dan wil ek at least bal hanteer.
Yes.
Betrokke is by soccer.
Yes.
My brother, Simon Kleinboy, he put his money where his mouth is.
Yes.
Really? And he had faith in me. He said,
took you on a referee course.
I believe in you. I don't know about Aubrey Bartman and that guys. He committed drunkard and
yeah.
They don't have too much in me. We was 12 of Namakwaland to go on that course first.
Yes.
Then most of them they get out.
They dropped
then
out.
We was only 4 that was left. Me, Eleanor as a girl from Steinkopf. And 2 other guys.
Yes.
You see.
Who stayed in that course.
But they are now not going for referees.
They're going for?
The assistant referees.
They're going for assistant referees.
Yeah, linesman courses.
Or linesman courses, yeah.
Me and this girl go straight up for referees. Now, in the courses, come strictly from the people from Sebletler time.
Yes.
Yeah, from FIFA.
Yes. Straight from FIFA.
Yeah, Santos het come. They had come and gave us the
Santos
post.
from Cape Town.
No, from there.
Santos. Santos.
Santos, he was there by Sebletler, daar by Zurich.
Oh, okay.
They had come and gave us the
Oh,
post.
Santos in Brazil.
Bruh, we come in Joburg by the
Wow.
Senton Hotel. I was slept there by the Formula One Hotel. I come from far hotels.
You came out of prison.
1 month, man.
In 1 month out of prison,
you go for my referee's course.
And that was only because your mindset, your mentality in prison.
My brother, there's my certificates of Safa Namakwa.
You have everything.
Was the love of God. Me and Eleanor was not the last. I tell her that night of the final exams and everything.
Yes.
My girl, please. She's a married woman, but she's young.
She's young, yeah.
They had phone a guy and tell me she and me are single. Can't we study together?
You study together so that you can finish.
And she influenced me and I influenced her.
Yeah.
Well, she was woman, my brother, and that day when we write our final exams.
Yeah.
I'm proud.
You feel proud,
It feels like
you don't feel like
I'm in this book.
And you don't feel like you come out of prison. You feel like now you are part of the community again.
I passed this exams with 98%. They can't believe it.
Wow.
They true as God. I was the best, without joking. They let me write my exam over because some of the referees who was writing work had that impression that I was crooked.
Yes.
Then they take me to another room. The same exam. My brother, I had just finished it now an hour ago.
Yes.
It's gonna be not fresh in my mind.
Yeah,
also
it's
not.
gonna be
They
fresh.
can't accept that thing.
They can't accept that thing.
I give them the answers again like this on the second answer paper.
Wow.
There was only officials who was officiated me.
Yeah.
You see, no crooking, no other stuff.
No other stuff.
You see, that is the same that happened in Kimberley by the horseshoe. When we come back, we must overnight there.
But just to go a little bit back or forward. You were in story writing also when you were in prison.
Yes, I had written books. My first book is As die Tronkdiere Achter met Slaan.
Yes.
You see, and the other one is Life Behind Bars.
Life Behind Bars.
Yeah, one in English, one in Afrikaans. Then I was in short stories.
Yes.
Ze sien die verbroken sien ze en man of muis.
Yo. And now I'm thinking, and I'm sitting here, I'm thinking about the guys who still wants to go back to prison. I'm thinking about the guys who are busy doing wrong things right now. You have lived a life whereby I'm shocked. A life that I only see on TV. A life I only dream of living or dream of seeing people live it. You have lived it. And you went to prison. You came out. You became a referee. In fact, let me put it this way. You came out. You went back into the community again. I mean, not a lot of people get that right. Some people, they come out. They went back in again. Some people, they come out. They lose themselves. What really made you decide and say, listen, I don't want to go back. prison is not a life for me anymore. I want to be part of, like in Africa, you guys call it gemeenskap.
You see, Max, I'm glad that you asked me that question, man. And that is the cup of the cake. You
Yes.
see, that question, if you don't have mind stability, mind power, and you can't control that, what your decisions is, and
Yes.
your decisions making is,
Yes.
whether it was for the past or for the future,
Yes.
you must stick by your decision making.
Yes.
And it costs guts.
It costs
guts.
Yeah.
And with that guts, you must have a lot of self-discipline and self-respect.
Yes.
To achieve what you want to achieve
in life. Yeah.
If you haven't had that, then it's gonna be null.
Yeah.
You are nothing.
You are nothing.
You're gonna go back again.
You're going to go back again
Because
in
why?
prison. Yeah.
You don't have work. What do you know?
What do you know?
You only know how to rob people, how
Yeah.
to steal from people. You see.
It's the same thing. It's the same thing I'm saying about the guys who come out and become pastors.
You see.
You cannot. How can you become a pastor? You come out of prison, you become a pastor, or you are becoming an evangelist. Those are things that God really chooses you for. And yes, and we know in this lifetime you cannot be an evangelist. What are you going to eat? But if you have academics, if you are stable with academics, then you can survive in this lifetime and also survive with God on the other side. You understand? So that's why I'm saying the way you did it, it was really, I don't know how to put it, but I think God really was with you from the beginning of the journey.
He took me from day one on.
Yes.
Because there were some times that there can be done numerous things inside of prison.
Yes.
But I had stick by my decision.
You stick to your decision.
I will never ever let this number thing came in this what I had already visualized here for me.
Yes.
I had implemented here inside.
Yes. Inside of your head.
That I focus on this, not on that what comes here and here
by you.
Never. And I haven't talked much.
Yo.
Negativity wasn't part of that. Because when you are there, you are under pressure.
You are under pressure, yeah.
And when you get pressure, you're gonna act restless.
Yes,
but I kept my cool.
And another thing, guys, when we're talking about that pressure when you're in prison, no? A lot of guys, they turn to God. Yes, it's good. But they turn to God because of the pressure. Not because of
the righteousness of the right thing.
Yes.
It comes from deep inside your heart.
From deep inside of their heart.
I tell them I will never forget who I am and where I come from. But never in my life will out of this mouth come one order again to a next person.
To hurt the next person.
Never again. And I was fighting with my brothers, my own 28 brothers.
Yes.
Want to kill me for dead.
Inside the prison?
Inside. But I was standing firm. My belief is my belief in righteousness.
Yes.
I was fighting for right. Two wrongs can't make a right.
Two wrongs can't make a right. And you
That's why I hate lies. I hate consumptions. I hate conspiracies.
Yes.
If you come by me, come by the right.
Come by the truth.
Don't come with machocha.
Yeah,
because the more you come now with stories, story make me blind. Because they bring lies. And lies don't break trust. Lies banish trust. I want like people must trust me.
Yeah.
People must love me again. And I must love them back.
Yeah.
I must know myself eventually if I can't found myself, and if I have found me, I must try to love me. And if I have loved me, then I can give love to others. I can understand then the next person.
So you came out, you became a referee, you went back into the community. Were there challenges you faced? Because we know how the community people are.
Brother, they can't believe. I was still smoking my kids in the ganja.
Yeah.
No. I was still smoking off my pipe.
Yeah.
But you can't say I'm doing it. Because everything I do,
You do it
I do it in the privacy
of your
my
house.
home.
Yeah.
My privacy is my privacy. Where did you come and do my thing in my privacy?
Yeah.
And you bring my privacy to the streets. That is what you say. That is why I don't allow too much people
Yes.
in my privacy.
In your private.
My aura.
Yes.
My aura.
It's your aura. Yeah.
You see, and that's why I don't mingle with ex-convicts and debts, because there is no future, no hope.
No future, no hope.
Because these convicts, these ex-convicts of today, if you can take a look, it's not like that, dears, but what I said.
And I want us, and I
Nice
want,
guys.
and I want us to talk about this, the convicts of today. But I want to know the challenges that you faced when you came back into the community. We know how the community people are. They always say, he's still going to be the same person. He's still going to be the same dragon. He's still going to do what. How did you overcome that challenges?
I take it at a day-by-day basis. I knew most how must I act to give not a negative response from
Yes.
your actions. What you want me, I must act.
I must act, yeah.
If I don't ignore you, then I just walk away from you.
You just walk away.
And you can be how annoying.
And for the people that said dragon is going to be the same dragon,
I was in there for them. I sat in one company with them. Then whatever they want me to do, I just do the opposite.
You just do the opposite. Prove them wrong.
You see. And at the end of the day, it looked like they is now want to make me be a scapegoat.
Make you a scapegoat.
About my style.
Yeah.
They come for advice and things.
Yeah.
Others come for the number.
The number
they
things.
see us now, how I operate.
Yeah.
Then I tell them, it costs.
It costs.
You think you have power. Where does your power lie?
Where does your power lie? Yes.
Your power lies in knife, panga,
yes.
dating, physical.
Yeah.
I don't have physical powers, you see how I do.
Mentality.
I had brain power.
Yes, your mentality.
And where lay the most power of my power?
On the tongue.
It's just a twist in the sword.
That's why I want to go back again. I want to emphasize on this thing. That I strongly feel that I think God was with you throughout this whole journey, because I know for a fact that wisdom does not come from men. Wisdom comes from God. And anyone can think anything. But if you don't have the wisdom from God, you will not be able to maintain that information. You will not be able to maintain the truth, righteousness.
That's
but
right.
with you, when you went inside of that 22, 23, 25 years you spent inside of prison, God installed
every day,
and He installed the wisdom inside of you.
Thanks,
to prepare you to come outside.
Yes. He had prepared me out here from the outside. He had to come that vision and give me that vision. You must stop what you do. You see that what I told you from the previous, the stabbing.
The stabbing,
when
yes.
I think I was almost dead.
19 steps, yeah.
That was the first how God was talk to me.
Oh.
Do you want your life
to end
like this? Or do you want to begin a new life that I end this life?
Yo, now I understand it.
From gangsterism.
It makes sense.
Back again.
Yo, it makes sense.
You see, And today, I'm proud of myself, Max. As I look back now from
Yo,
that dragon that
it
I
makes
was
sense.
in the past, that no nonsense guy, and this guy,
And this guy now who sits now
you,
in front of me
there's
now.
a whole difference. I'm now like a puppet. People can walk over me.
Yes, you are soft now.
In
You
the
are.
beginning, I was only taught once.
Yeah, you
I
said
only asked
it.
you only once.
I'm only the dragon.
But now, you can make with me whatever you want. Because I make peace.
You have made peace, yeah.
But never ever come and take that calmness, that love.
Yeah. And take it for granted.
Yes, man.
Never do that.
Never. Then you will provoke something.
Something.
That was lying hidden aside for many years.
For many years.
Full calm.
Talking about these convicts of today. Tell me, these convicts, they go into prison. We see them. We know them. They're working amongst us. They go to prison, they come out. They think they are the man. They don't even reach high sentences. Maybe 6, 7 months, 1 year in the solitary. Or what do they call these prisons? These small prisons.
Stroophuizen.
Stroophuizen.
Jamhuizen.
Yeah, jamhuizen. They go in there and then they come out 10
Hij is nou dat.
years.
You see, that is why I don't want to mingle. I told you, that is why I don't want to mingle with ex-convicts. Because I know my real brothers.
You know your real
Who
brothers.
had died for this thing of Inamba. But today's generation, they take this thing of Inamba as something like a ball.
A play story, a ball, something.
And eventually, that is why it's easy for them to commit a crime. But they think they know prison.
They know.
They tell you so in your face.
Yeah.
Hey, they come on my pusa.
Yes. Yeah. They do. They do.
That is what they think.
They
know. They think they can. Eventually, if you count in years' time, how many times they go in and out, it's like a bicycle.
It's like a bicycle, yeah. It's like a bicycle.
In and out. Because why? They don't have the capacity to uplift themselves, to help themselves, and to see
that mental restoration we talked about. They don't have that.
They don't want to have improvement.
Yeah.
In their own lifestyle. They think this is the easy way out. No, Baba. That is the easy way to the ending of your life and your future.
Life, yeah.
Because by at the end of the day,
yeah,
you're going to lose one or two things. You're rather going to lose your life or you're going to lose your freedom.
You lose your freedom, yeah.
But once there is a losing way, it's a win-lose situation.
And for the guys working around today, yeah, who was once in prison, to think of they will use you as an example, come to you and want wise words to say, man, what can I do to stand on my own feet and to make this thing work? I don't want to go back to prison again.
But next I had done that, you see, I had encouraged, I had motivated. You see, I was even a motivational speaker. I had go to the prisons, talk to the juveniles, talk to Bosasala. You see, I had given as a caretaker also. I worked in the hospice, the old age homes with the disability people.
Yes.
You see?
Yes.
There where God sent me. There. If I can be with people who got the mentality to see the right thing,
yeah.
Not the person who I was in the past or who I am now, or 28, or what. They must see me who I am, you see. I said I can be each and everyone. I don't imitate.
You don't, yeah.
I had that guts in
you. You had that guts in you.
I can be the state's president.
You can be
I can be anyone.
You can be anyone.
But I am not them. I am I.
Yeah.
And me, I am proud of who I am. Because God had made me this person who I am, not other person, the next one.
This is going to be something. The last thing I want to ask you about. I know we talked about. You were supposed to share with me about your love, the loved one. Yeah, let's touch that one. Did you have someone you loved dearly?
My brother, you see, as time had gone by, a lot of girls, they think I have a new woman that come and take advantage of me. And there come one woman in my life.
One specific.
Crystalline Jano, Pompis.
Okay.
Pompis was my love. My love. You see.
Serious love.
Serious until now go. She's in prison.
Oh.
No matter we are divided in eyesight, but we are still together, bound by heart. She had come and taught me something.
Pompis is the lady that did that thing with the mother.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
You see,
yeah.
Crystalline. It's my woman, my brother. And I had said myself, with the grace of God,
yes,
I had that courage. I'm gonna wait
for her.
Even if she come, and this isn't meant to be for us.
Meant to be,
but at least
you.
I had shown her that.
Yeah, you fulfilled the fact that you're gonna.
Because that was what we had talked about, and that is what she had wanted.
Yeah.
And I had made myself promise not to her,
but to yourself.
To myself, that I will never ever. Since I had come out of prison, that you see I had gone back or I was gone in the wrong things. Never.
It's true.
I stick by my decisions. That is why, first things first, I don't want to have a reputation. Yeah. I want to build on my human character.
Human character.
You see, I want to be Vincent again. Okay, my nickname will stick by me, Dragon.
But it's not going to define you.
It's not going to define me.
It's not
because my dead dragon, if you're looking for him, he's there in the graveyard.
He's there in the graveyard already.
1998,
yeah, passed on.
You see.
Was stabbed 19 times.
Was
reborn again.
When that time dragon goes to prison, that is when I see most who is really your friend.
Who is not your friend, yeah.
That you know it makes. When you are in hospital and when you are in prison, it is when you realize who is really there for you. And there is where you found the most important person in your life. You found God on the best.
Yes.
And that is why I said, I haven't had friends. I had only one friend, and his name is Jesus.
His name is Jesus.
That's what I had here. Now, but my real friend is Jesus.
And coming to this next thing, I want to know. Like I said, I want us to talk about these young boys here. We know the boys. We know the life they are living. Is there any advice that you as a hot man, you as a Nkalangata, you as Amoni the Dragon, who have been there, my daughter, who have been there, have ever like tried to call in these young boys? Because we know they smoking this drugs, they smoking this pills and all those type of things. They're not smoking ganja anymore because that's just a front. It's just a front that they are using.
I'm gonna tell you now, Max, now, on numerous occasions, that they not try even. I had go out of my way to show them. A lot of those youngsters,
most of them,
what is the real road in life. But most of them had come to pretend.
They come and pretend.
There for the sake of knowledge comer. They think they know.
They think they know.
They know nothing. No. Then I said to them, like if they still there with years and things, then I said, you want to enjoy you like this. It's nice. You must be in a relaxation mood. But that you are used, why can't you not use it for yourself?
Yes.
You use it. Why must this thing you use won't let you come and abuse us who haven't helped use you?
Yeah.
Get sense.
Get sense in your mind.
Why can you use something and at the end of the day, when you is now in trouble and you realize now in what type of shit you are and how deep is it, then you will eat the blame. How can you give alcohol the blame? How can you get drugs the blame?
How can you give drugs the
You
blame?
are the user
You are the user of this thing.
this toxic metals. You use that toxic chemicals. You drink that wine. You make yourself intoxicated. When you were sober, you was humble.
Yeah.
But now you are intoxicated.
Intoxicated. Now you are.
You are now Rakti Bandi. You are evil now.
You are evil now, yeah.
Where you had respect for me when you are sober, you want to come inside my body. So strong you are, so brave you are.
Yeah.
That's why I tell them it's not you. It's that thing who is inside of you.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna ignore you for that. You're gonna realize what the consequences will be. It will never be not today.
Yeah.
It's gonna not be tomorrow. But as time goes by,
you will.
You're gonna be sent responsible for your own actions.
For your own actions. And that's what I want to ask. I want to ask you. This is the last two things I'm gonna ask. Then we're gonna close. The milestone of your life. The milestone of your life. Can you give me a moment whereby you were, even if you take, let's make two milestones in your life. The climax of your life, where you were in the gangsterism, and a climax of your life where you came outside of outside of the life of gangsterism. Can you give me two milestone moments?
You see, the first was when I got the general rank, the Nangi.
Oh.
6.
Okay.
When I got my 12 gunyas.
So they call it the 12 gunyas.
I was the youngest 12 gunya. They can't believe it.
Which prison?
Paulsmoor
in Cape Town.
In Cape Town, the worst. And that was a notorious prison. I was never afraid.
Yeah, Paulsmoor is very dangerous.
How can I be in maximum prisons? But I must be afraid of somebody. I'm afraid for myself.
Yeah, you're afraid for yourself.
For what I can do.
For what you can do.
To the next person. He doesn't know. That's what he does now. I can do it much worse
worse than what he...
Because why? You mean, you had so much years in prison, in maximum. Not in some medium, in a maximum.
Yeah.
There were every day is blood in, blood out.
Blood in, they say blood in, blood out, yeah.
And it's every day, blood.
Bovana
in, Bovana out.
Yeah.
And it was the Nangi stam Nangi in. You stam bloed away. Bovana. Op je vast Bovana, op je just Bovana, op je special.
But have you ever as a general, have you ever slept with guys?
Me?
Yeah.
That step there. No. Highest ranking prison officer, the prison warden. Me. That was
in prison.
In prison.
But did they not add something to your sentence?
They can't.
Because you already have life.
I had already. And that was Gangster fight.
But I want to know, did you ever, like, as the general, have you ever slept with another guy, like sleeping with a you know
I'm glad you asked that question. We fight for the righteousness of that team. They said, Mr.
You guys, the 28th.
They said, Mr. 28th. You see, they had sex. Well, other inmates.
They say that.
But most, let I tell you the truth, my brother. I'm glad that you asked Yana Max. I was wondering when you're going to ask that one. You see me. You see me. I'm a rank, a high rank. I'm a
you're
oldest man. You see, I can let anything happen. But no, never. For that almost 14 years that I had spent behind, but not once. And there's my God. That is why me, I'm proud. You can go to my house.
But do you know?
See,
but do you know?
I'm gonna tell you now.
Okay.
You're gonna see why I had a sexual behavior certificate.
Oh, okay.
We was fighting for dating. To see why that things happen. That is when most of the guys praise is indoctrinated with false impressions and false perceptions of in number. Somebody who is done this thing to somebody, that thing is be done to him and Clark. That is why he want to show now he must do that. Why isn't that thing done to me? Why haven't I done it to somebody the next
else?
one?
Because it's not.
That is why we are different.
I understand. Now I understand.
Wifey.
Because they like to say that just in another context. They like to say that if a man gets abused by his father, he's gonna abuse others. Yeah, he might abuse his wife also.
You see.
So if something is done to you, then you'll want to do it to someone else.
And that was most of the cases.
Yes.
Okay. That is why you see there comes the gang raping
inside the prison.
Man isn't like woman.
Man
is too shy and too afraid to talk about
these things.
That humiliation is most humiliating.
It's very.
But we
humiliate.
As members of that particular gang, we go all of us go then under one. You see, they say, you guys are not right.
You guys are not right,
In the meantime, you that tell me I'm not right, you are not right. You are doing this.
You are doing this.
And if you see who's doing it, then you're gonna be shocked.
Yeah.
That is why I said to myself, I'd rather stick in what I believe.
In what you believe,
And I kept my distance. But I will not sit still and watch how other people's lives will be innocently being destroyed. If I can help only one or two, I'm gonna help. What must be, must be.
What must
happen, must happen. But I will not sit
and see things like that happen in front of you.
Imagine you are staying in my location. I love like I don't know you. But eventually I knew you. We are from one location. And I see what is happening to you.
And then
then I must keep quiet for myself. I must keep it yours. And when your time comes, you are being released. I'm not in prison now. No? Now, that guy that do these things to you comes just after you. Also, he's been released. You come back, you had maybe a girlfriend, a child. How will you feel?
It's true.
When maybe it's in town. You come from an opposite direction and your trunk, the jail comes from an opposite direction. How will the communication be?
It will be.
Now that is.
It will be a mess.
How a gruesome murder takes place.
That's how it takes place.
I had lose a friend like that. Just by remarks. That guy here done it too. Like stabbed him.
They stabbed him
5-6 times. That guy come and walk up his girlfriend and
family.
and this lighting.
Mm.
He and the brothers, you see,
Yeah.
come.
Yo.
Dan sak hy so op die ouetjie af. Jy sê, oulik, lyk hulle. As jy daarom nog papa so goed right.
Yo.
Without hesitation. Without hesitation.
That guy pulled out.
He had just give his lighter to his girlfriend. There on that spot. Was it not enough humiliation in prison?
In prison.
Where nobody
Is
who knew him
about these things.
But now,
you do it now in public.
So it deserves to be killed.
Now let's go on to the second one when you were outside, the milestone when you were outside.
My milestone outside
Yeah.
was when I got some of the guys, some of the youngsters,
Yes.
to get a positive mindsetting and started to join soccer clubs.
Oh.
A child in sport is a child out of God.
And that time was, and that time was you were referee that time.
And I had encouraged most of them. Like today, there is the academy.
There's the academy. Can you mention a few of the soccer players, like young boys you encouraged? Maybe
there's Kokorotele, there's Kabuchiela.
Yes.
He's Punala.
Oh, this is the young ones. And they are good football players.
Yeah, my brother.
Poon is a goalkeeper.
Yeah.
He's a good
not talented guy.
Yeah.
But they is lazy now.
They.
But I'm glad for those.
Yeah, at least
now no.
Yeah.
Positive impact, and I'm proud.
No, I understand. I understand.
And for that, I said every day. I said, thanks God.
Yes.
Although it was a 1-2 smile, it is a change.
It is a change. Yeah.
That is why I rather be the solution in this world.
Yes.
And not a problem.
And not a problem. Coming to that one, not being a problem, trying to be a solution. I want us to close this episode like this. I want you to give advice. Give advice to someone who, this time around, like right now in our lifetime, our era, they have phones in prison. Don't know how they do it, but they know. But I want you to give advice to someone maybe who's gonna see this, and wants to change their life like you did, and wants to become a normal person in the community. Please, you have the opportunity. Give. Let's.
All that he must do is, first of all, he must remember, number doesn't bring food on his table.
Yes.
Number bring a rather bad reputation to his name. He can be a number.
Yes.
But he must have the abilities to act like a number. To be in control of the numbership. And to lead as a number. They tell me most.
Yeah.
You are a leader. Then I told him, if you really want to be a leader, then you must lead by example.
And you must lead by example, yeah.
And first of all, if you are uneducated, then you're gonna be a peon on a chessboard.
You're gonna be a pawn on a chessboard, yeah.
You see, anyone can come and shuffle you where they want you. But if you have knowledge, then you have power.
Then you have power.
Power to do the right decisions. Power to stand accountable for every action that you made, and is prepare for the reaction that comes thereafter. And most of all, try to reach out in a positive manner. In a positive way.
Yes.
To the next one. Whether it's an youth, whether it's an elderly. If you shown that you had that ability inside of you,
yeah,
you can make a change. Then we don't look about who you are or what type of reputation you had.
Yeah.
We can see that you had a heart as a human being,
Yes.
not a heart as a lion.
As an animal, yeah.
See, you can't come and destroy what we try to rebuild.
Try to rebuild. Ish.
We rebuild not our community, but we try to rebuild you as an inmate.
As an inmate,
Your
yeah.
Courage,
Your
and to
courage.
fit in
Hmm.
as a normal person, and you must feel welcome.
You must feel welcome, yeah, in the
But when you come out with you're gonna go back. I gave you 1 week. Then you go back with Pumpunyani.
Fumfunyani.
Besot wat jy gaan nie hier Papunyani.
Papunyani.
Hierso
In the ground.
as it respect and discipline.
Respect and discipline.
Nie
Yeah.
net op jouself nie,
But
op die mens en sy dinge.
and these things, yeah.
Want as hulle geen daai het, daai potentialiteit nie, sal hy ook nie die kapasiteit hê en die vermoë sê om kan 'n betere lewensuitkyk te wil hê en te kan behartig nie. So wat ek jou kan sê Max is, hy moet net aan sigself wil kan werk as mens.
As mens, yeah, werk aan zichzelf.
En dan moet hy kan from die logiese denke en denke te kan ontwikkel,
Yes.
waar by positiwiteit ingesluit is. En dit bly by keuses. Keuses en besluite. Dit sal jou ondergang is. Hoe jy kies om te wil lewe en wat jy besluit.
En wat je besluit hoe je zal leven.
Dis al.
Guys, there we have it. There we have it, Bafetu. If you were watching this episode, now you know. Change. If you are in prison, you still have a chance to come out and become a normal person in the community. If you come out of prison, you still have the chance to become a normal person in the community. But how can you do that? You can only do that when you come out with a positive mindset. A mindset whereby you respect the next person. A mindset whereby you just not respect that next person, but also his beliefs, his values, and all the other things that comes with it. Principles and so forth. So guys, there you have it. From the street, your host MK Maradona, sitting with my hot man here, Mr. Vincent Joseph Brandt, aka Amoni the Dragon. He's here. He was here today. He shared with us today. We heard a lot of stories. You heard a lot of stories, things that were really in his life story, things that he really lived for, and things that he really stand off and said, no, I want to change my life. Here he is today, from being the dragon to being a puppy, and a puppy that is living for the community today, a puppy that has been changing lives, a puppy that have been with us and nurturing the young ones out there. But today you have it. I'm tuning out.
I see.
Your host MK Maradona. Tango.